welcome back to my channel. So this is my third weekly reading vlog. We are starting off the week on a Monday. If you watched my video from last Tuesday, you would see what happened. Just technology messed me up. I'm still in the same outfit and the same sitting position and everything as I was in that video, because today is Monday and we are starting off the weekly vlog here with 2 days short. So that's that. We just, move on with things. But before we get into it, make sure that you like and subscribe. Make sure you comment down below what you think of this, weekly vlog setup, what you'd like to see more of. Also, make sure that you head on over to my Patreon. Also, make sure that you get in on the book club that we have, because we are going to have like monthly reading wrap-ups or whatever on the books that are chosen. I'm also going to be, there should be a thread already up now that lets you give suggestions on books that you would want me to put on the poll pick for September and going forward. So we can either read standalones or series, but it's all up to you guys. I chose 4 different books because I didn't put up a thread in time, but there's that. So there is all the info. So let's get into the weekly vlog. So no surprise here. I am still only 293 pages into Between Wrath and Mercy. I'm hoping to finish this up this week. My thoughts on this have not changed since I recorded last week's vlog. So still kind of not into it. Still kind of figuring out what I think of it. And then I am also reading alongside that book 3 in the Blood Gray series, which is Blood Sanctuary Part 1 by Vila Roth. I am 311 pages in, so I only have about 130 pages left to go. And we're going to see if I can get through this week, because I want to start Part 2 this week as well, because I am really loving this story, just absolutely devouring it, and these books are absolutely gorgeous. So can't wait to get into the next book on that. So those are the books that I'm currently reading. I have 4 books left on my July TBR, which this was not on there. So I've deviated a little bit. I have Losers Part 1 by Harley LaRue still on my July TBR. I'm looking at him down here so I don't forget. I have Bonded by Thorns. I don't remember who the author is. I do have House of Beating Wings by Olivia Wildenstein. And then I don't know what my 4th book is. But I do have 4 books still on my July TBR that I didn't... As of right now, I haven't got to it. We'll see where the wrap-up is at the end of this week, or it'll actually be next week that I do my wrap-up. So on that, I don't know how far I'm going to get into that, because I got like 700 pages to read. So I think I'm just going to come to terms with the fact that I'm not getting through my July TBR. It is July 24th right now, so we have 8 days left in July, and I don't think it's going to happen, guys. I'm not that big of a reader, especially the Harley LaRue book, I think is 700 pages as well. I don't know what I was thinking when I put my July TBR together. I think it was that I read like 21 books in June, and I was like, I can deal with like 5 700-page books. Past me is not loving present me right now. So, or present me is not loving past me. However you want to say that. So I'm going to go tonight. I'm probably not going to get any reading done tonight. The husband and I are going to be playing some Diablo 4. I got to go make dinner. We're going to have some spaghetti. So if I make any footage of that, I will enter that role after this clip and show you our dinner and maybe a little bit of us playing Diablo. But I'm definitely not going to be reading anymore tonight. I'm kind of just tuckered out from today. We had to go an hour away. My husband had to have an ophthalmology appointment, I believe, for because he is legally blind. So every so often, Social Security is like, hey, are you still blind? And we had to go and do that. So that took, our whole afternoon. So I'm a little wiped. I'm going to go get dinner done and just relax on some Diablo. And then I will update you guys tomorrow on how far I get on either one of these books. So I hope everyone's having a good Monday. Sorry that there's 2 days missing in this vlog. Blame it on my technology. But I'm going to go ahead and go and get all of that done. And if I remember to make footage, I'll show you the dinner tonight and also a little bit of Diablo. So have a good night. Hey everybody, so it is Wednesday. I know I didn't check in with you yesterday and the lighting is terrible in my living room. We are currently puppy sitting my brother's dog, so if you see her jump up right here, I'm so sorry. She has, definitely no sense of a bubble space. She loves to be all up in you, so there's that. First things first, the husband surprised me today with a book that I have been eyeing that I wanted to get that just recently released, and that is Starbringer by Tracy Wolff and Nina Croft. I don't really know much about this. I know that Entangled Publishing, I think, was the publisher on this, and I saw it whenever because I'm part of their Insiders program, but I have been wanting to read this since it was announced that it was going to be coming out, and I didn't get an e-arc. I'm so sad about that, but the husband bought this for me today. He sent me a picture and everything of it, and so I was pretty excited. Oh, thanks for opening that up.
Does it help you?
It does. Thank you.
Trying not to, no.
There's the husband opening up the blinds. You got him? So anyway, I was pretty happy about this thing. He messaged me this morning and was like, hey, picked up this book that you wanted. So I love when he surprises me like that. And then I do want to give an update. So I've only read maybe like 2 more chapters of Blood Sanctuary. I'm almost done with this book. I am so in love with Cassia and Leo, and I'm so excited. I can't wait to get into book 4. I went ahead and bought book 4 on Amazon, so that's going to be in a couple days. And I can't wait to read that. So I'll give you guys an update on this probably this weekend because I'm going to be finishing it up then. But it's still a really good read. But let's talk about the book that I did finish. And I just finished it. Let me reposition you. I did just finish it today, and that is Between Wrath and Mercy by Jess Wisecup. Now, I'm not going to hold this book the whole time we're talking about it because it's a big chunker and it's heavy, but I did finish this up today, and it didn't go the way that I thought it was. How I was like, is she like the evil one type of thing? But it could go that way because of the way that it ended. I did not see that twist coming. Parts of it I saw coming, parts of it was predictable, but there were other parts that I was like, oh, okay. I'm not gonna lie though, guys, I don't know, unless somebody tells me in the comments, unless there's a lot of you that convince me to read it, I don't know if I'm gonna continue on with book 2. I gave it 3 stars. At the very start, probably the first 50 or 60% of the book, I just wasn't having a good time, and I don't know if it was the characters, the world building, the story, or the plot, or the pacing. It could have been a multitude of things, but I just was not loving it. I could not connect with the characters. I couldn't connect with the romance. And then even at the end, I was sitting there thinking after I finished it up, I was like, did I even like this book? Would I even want to continue? Even with that cliffhanger, even with that ending, would I want to continue on? And the answer is probably no. Unless someone convinces me that it does get better, that it is worth my time. I hope it's not, like a Zodiac Academy experience where it's like, you got to read 15 books before it gets good. Don't even get me started with Zodiac Academy. And I know that there's a lot of people that love that series. I read all of them that are released as of right now. So I just didn't like it. Nope. All right, so there was Between Wrath and Mercy. I've given you guys a lot of details on my thoughts, throughout this vlog. So I'm really not going to go, too much into it because just to be honest with you guys, like, between Faxon being killed by Emmeline, and then you have all of a sudden now she's married to Rainier and supposedly they're twin flames, but guess what, guys? There hasn't been twin flames in like a millennia or however long it is. So it's like now this is just an ultra rare thing that happens and they're the ones that have it. So it's just like, it's too convenient. It's too convenient for the plot. I didn't really love the romance. The world building was so slow, and I just don't feel like the story started out strong enough to grip you, where you're like, I want to know more about the world. I want to know more about the magic. I want to know more about these conduits. I want to know more about all of these things. It just doesn't grip you. And I can see why people love it. Don't get me wrong. I really can. But I just don't see where this was a very strong first book. So I don't know how, what is it called? Between Hope and Despair. I don't know how that one's going to go, but I just, from someone who reads a lot of fantasy romance, I just don't feel like this was it. Now, it is it for like a little niche community. I think it is it for people that may love, kind of sporadic stories and convenient plot holes. But I just didn't like that. I want something new. Wow me, make me want to keep turning these pages. So that's my thoughts on Between Wrath and Mercy. So the next book that I started, I was so excited. I couldn't wait to get to this, is Losers Part 1 by Harley LaRue. If you watched my wrap up, I think it was like in February or March, I read The Dare. And The Dare is like a little novella about Jessica. Yeah, her name's Jessica. Jessica, who was the popular girl in high school, the one that was dating the jock, the one that, stuck up her nose at all of the losers, the ones that don't fit with the in crowd and all of that. And then Manson Reed is our guy. He was in the Losers, and, he has 3 other friends that they all have this group. And of course, the jocks and everyone don't like them because they don't understand them, because they listen to metal and, they're different than what, preppy people would be like, per se in high school. So then The Dare is 6 months after high school, I believe. They're at a Halloween party. Jessica ends up going there and Manson Reed is there. And, they end up playing this beer pong game, and it's, whoever loses has to do what the person wants for the whole evening, with no boundaries. And it gets very hot, very steamy, very BDSM. You definitely, with Harley LaRue's books, you need to read the kink list and the trigger warnings, because there are quite a lot of them. A lot that people may not want to read. It's very dark, very like a reverse harem kind of thing. I mean, there's a lot, you guys. There is humiliation. There is bondage. There is a lot of things that go into it. So check out the kink list, check out the trigger warnings before you dive into any of Harley LaRue's books. So that's what The Dare was. It was a quick 140 page, about this one night of like ultra spiciness, okay? But then Losers Part 1 continues that story, and I'm really happy that I read The Dare first, because I wouldn't understand what was going on right now if I didn't. So absolutely have to read the novella first. But here we are, we're following Jess and Manson and the 3 friends that Manson has. And Jess, after 2.5 years, is back in the town, and the guys can't quit thinking about her. She can't quit thinking about Manson. And that's about as far as in I am. I am on page 6, which is about, let me just tell you, it is not 100. 49 pages in. So I'm only 49 pages into the book. So I don't really know where this is going, but I'm guessing they're going to be hooking up. I'm guessing they're going to get back together. Who knows? But I can't wait to read that. So that's my check-in. Today is, did I say today was Wednesday? It's Thursday. I think I said, it's been a week. And let me show you why my week has been like this. Let me just show you this. We are puppy sitting my brother's dog. That's Taylor. Tay-Tay. Say hi to everybody. Say hi, bye-bye. Yeah, say hi. So there's that, and there's our dog, Sam. So, oh my. So this is why it has been a week. She is a handful. She is 5, almost 6, I think. And she is wound like she is a puppy. So definitely a lot of hands-on. So that's where we're at. I will check in with you guys tomorrow whenever I'm a little bit further into Blood Sanctuary Part 1 and also Losers Part 1. But I hope everyone's having a good week. Hope that Losers Part 1 is better than Between Wrath and Mercy, because that was just a long book that I felt miserable about. So, all right. I'll see everyone next time. Bye. So today is Sunday. Yeah, I'm ending this vlog a day late and starting the other vlog a day late as well. So I'm kind of behind. But the reason why is because if you saw the clips right before here, I went through and redid my shelves. I cleaned them. I reorganized them. I took a bunch of things off that I don't want cluttering up. I have probably like 10 things of bookends that I just don't need because I don't use them. So I cleaned all that up. I have a massive book unhaul that is coming for you. Not this coming Saturday, but the next Saturday, because I got to get that edited, and it's a huge book unhaul, but I feel better about it. I feel better reorganizing my shelves, taking things off that I didn't necessarily want to keep, that I'm no longer interested in reading. And now I have books on there that I actually am excited to get to at some point. So, I mean, it just kind of gives me like a rejuvenation of wanting to read, wanting to go through my bookshelves, looking at it and being like, I'm excited. So that's what we have going on. You'll see that video coming out pretty soon. But I just wanted to wrap up this weekly vlog. I ended the last update, I believe, whenever I finished Between Wrath and Mercy. Again, you already know my thoughts on that, so I'm not going to go through it. But I am happy to say that I did finish another book. I needed to get my bookmark out of there. But I finished Losers Part 1 by Harley LaRue. So I'm so excited about this duet that she has because I liked the Dare. It was a little novella that kind of sets this whole thing up. You don't necessarily have to read it first, but I suggest doing that because you don't understand why Jess feels the way she does, and Manson, Lucas, and Vincent and all of them. You don't understand until you read the Dare. But I do want to preface this that I did give this a 4-star. This is a very dark, very erotic book. There are a lot of kink warnings, there are a lot of trigger warnings. This book is not for just any contemporary romance reader. You need to really look at Harley LaRue's Goodreads page and everything and actually see what the kink list is, because she's very good at putting that on there. This is very dark. I mean, it is pure smut, honestly. But the thing that I love about Harley LaRue is, even though it's pure smut, there is a storyline that I am fully behind. The characters are so fleshed out that I feel like I know them. So it makes it better than just an erotica. You actually can, feel for the characters, understand their motives. You grow to love them. So I can't wait to read part 2. I don't know when I'm going to get to it, but I was so excited that I read this. I devoured it. I couldn't stop. 4 stars for that. And then the other book that I did finish in this weekly vlog, and I'm so surprised that I did. Let me get my bookmark out of here, because I was finishing it on my Kindle yesterday, and I just sped right through it. But it was Blood Sanctuary Part 1 by Vila Roth. So it's the 3rd book in the Blood Gray series. I adored this book. I love the cliffhanger that it left off on. I love, that things are starting to come together in Orthros. I feel, very excited about Leo and Cassia's relationship still. I mean, even though for them, there really isn't a lot of conflict between the two of them. It's mainly like everybody around them that's creating conflict. So it makes it like that's an easy relationship. But I'm pretty sure something is going to happen in the next book, and I think things are going to start spiraling. But definitely loved this book. Again, I'm giving it 4 stars only because there were a couple parts that maybe for like a chapter, I was like, why do we have this chapter in here? So I went ahead and gave it 4 stars. I already ordered Blood Sanctuary Part 2. I'm hoping I can get to it in August. I'm still loving this. Like I said, guys, it's a political fantasy. So very heavy on the politics, very heavy on the dialogue. It is a very proper writing style. So it does take like a good book or two to really kind of get used to the flow of the writing style, but once you do, you just fly right through them. So that is it for my weekly vlog. I hope that you enjoy seeing my new refreshed bookshelves, or maybe you may like some of these books. I'm not sure, but leave me a comment below. Make sure you head on over to my Patreon. I know this video is going up on August 1st, but with that, if I need to carry over the Shadow Kissed giveaway, I will. But our first book will be starting this month for the book club. So head on over there, see what's going on. Hopefully you can join, become a member, interact with me on there. We'll have a lot of fun. So I hope to see you guys in the next vlog. Bye.